All right, it is time to react to woke TikToks because I just have to say, first of all, like I said at the top of the show, the producer did his big one with these TikToks, collecting these ones. I haven't watched them yet, but I can tell by the thumbnails, the clowns in the thumbnails, that these are going to be insane. So let's pray for my brain that nothing explodes. I don't die live on camera with you guys. And let's see what these motherfuckers have to say.
A lot of people ask me, how can I make my communication more gender inclusive? Simply
No one
put,
asked you that.
use names and descriptors instead of assuming people's pronouns. Drop gender-based titles, unless otherwise specified, and address groups of people with y'all, folks, and everyone. When we go out into the world, we see and meet people, and unfortunately, our brain automatically assigns a gender term or pronoun to a person based on certain characteristics. As you already know, these automatic assumptions are often wrong, and they restrict us.
They're quite literally not often wrong. In fact, in 99.9% of scenarios, they are correct. Like, that was just a black and white, like, false, stupid statement. Like, to say that more often than not, or oftentimes, whatever Zimzer said here, that you're wrong when you gender someone. No, you're actually right almost all of the time. And it's actually illogical to restructure society based on the 0.01% chance that you may be wrong, right? Isn't this the person that was on Dr. Phil with Matt Walsh? Pretty sure. That beard is giving. That beard is giving more grown in than most men I know. Like, I don't know what this person gets called when they walk around. I mean, I would just avoid this person at all costs. In fact, I would run away. I would run to the hills, Iron Maiden. I would book it because you know it's just going to be some sort of bad interaction with this person. There's nothing positive coming out of interacting with this person. I would assume this person is like crazy because they are. Yeah, restructuring society based on like the one or two people in your entire life that you may come across that look like this and you won't know what to say to them. Yeah. So everyone has to get asked their pronouns. No. No. In fact, I always say these people, these non-binary, their entire worldview, what they fight for in society is contradictory to transsexuals like myself, because if you ask me my pronouns when I'm out, I'm going to be actually offended. I'm going to actually be upset because in what world did I do all of this to my face? Come on, surgery. In what world did I put these here and take hormones and change my name to Blaire and like to still have people be like, oh my God, what are your pronouns? No, no, no. See how that's contradictory? Transsexuals want to blend in. They do not want to be asked their pronouns because they want you to assume they are the sex they are trying to present as. These people don't care about upsetting transsexuals because they have infiltrated the T, and it's about what they want and their rules. Well, I'm sick of that. I'm over it. I'm so over it. I'm under it. You need to get a grip. You already embarrassed yourself on Dr. Phil, baby girl, baby boy, baby they, baby zer, whatever the Just go away. Not permanently. I'm not saying anything, harsh here, but just like, don't make these stupid TikToks. Thanks. Or call yourself something other than trans. So that, oh my God. I was not ready for that one. It's the jump scare for me. So the caption is, this is a lesbian woman. We're expected to respect and accept her identity and use her preferred pronouns, or we're labeled a bigot. Damn. The producer is really bringing the bearded ladies through today, isn't he? Like, I can't.
You can be both. I'm both, actually. I am a trans woman and I have a cisgender girlfriend. We are in a lesbian relationship and we absolutely love each other. She says she supports me 100% and we're gonna get married soon.
someone call the cops. I feel like the proclaimed cisgender girlfriend is tied up somewhere. It's giving serial killer. It's giving, delusion's not the word. It's giving removed from reality to the point that everyone should disperse. Like, just almost just leave this person alone. I would never tell this person to their face they shouldn't call themselves a lesbian, because I'm not trying to get knocked out. Rest in peace, lesbianism. It was fun while it lasted. Rest in peace, lesbianism, because I see why lesbians often are the most vocal about trans ideology, the excesses of, trans ideology, and like they post screenshots of people like this on like lesbian dating apps. It's like, baby girl, baby boy, baby they, you're not giving lesbian. That beard is giving grown man, like not man, grown man. Right? Here's the thing. I saw some TikTok the other day, and it was like a trans lesbian couple. It was like one of them was a trans woman, one of them was a woman. And the trans woman had gone like full bottom surgery and like looked pretty good, like was definitely giving passable woman. And for me, I'm like, listen, is that person technically biologically lesbian? No. Am I going to go out of my way to tell that person they're not a lesbian or a trans lesbian? Where the live and let live, baby girl. However, there is no argument. There is no argument. Like, someone needs to check on this girlfriend of theirs, because it's not giving safety. Ew. I hate this person. Why'd they give me this one? The caption to this is, would you hire someone who demands you use they, them pronouns and tells you off for misgendering? Let's see.
I genuinely think that people don't realize how deeply microaggressions and misgendering affect trans people in like every facet of life. So here's the tiny example. I auditioned/interviewed for this film intensive, and one of the things I talked about in my interview was being a gender fluid actor and wanting to find affirmative spaces to tell queer narratives. One of the administrators, who has her pronouns in her email signature, pushes me on to the final round with this email that misgenders me 3 different times. My pronouns are in my email signature, my Zoom name, my resume, my application, and on my film reel. So
it's annoying.
And I add this. Before I've even met anyone for this final interview, I've had to correct an administrator in front of her boss, and I've already had to be on the defense defending my own identity. This just creates an awkward power dynamic that could have been completely avoided. And depending on this person's response, it can either be a non-issue or it puts me at a major disadvantage. This is something cis people just do not deal with.
First of all, I know a cis person who does get misgendered. I know a man who is quite small and feminine, and once or twice a year he gets called she. So that's a lie. It's not just a you thing. It doesn't revolve around you, the world, There was a study recently that resumes with they, them pronouns in it are overlooked more often than without. And it's for good reason. How are you entering a job communicating that you're going to be a headache? You're a headache. You should identify as a migraine, because that's what the you are. Baby girl, baby boy, baby they. You have a beard. If you don't want people to call you he, maybe shave your beard. Because it's going to be a lot easier for you to shave your beard than try to undo millions and millions of years of evolutionary psychology and the subconscious mind that tells you when you see a full beard, you are looking at a he, at a boy, at a man. At a grown man who makes other TikToks about how he's going to gangbangs. We reacted to one where he was like, I just left a gay gangbang, but also don't call me he. You're busted. You're crusted. You're disgusted. And I'm disgusted because you are just like a gnat in someone's ear, like, bzzz, like, get out of here. And clearly, if you're having problems with people who are woke, like you said, the person that you're corresponding with has their pronouns in their bio. Clearly, if even they can't get it straight, the problem is you. It's you. You're the problem. You're the issue. It comes down to you, babe. No one else. So get it together. Not putting in proper work to remember people's pronouns and gender them correctly is abusive behavior. Let's see.
I get so many comments like this, and I want to explain something. Being misgendered can be an incredibly painful experience. In that moment, we are reminded that the world places us into a bucket that we do not fit in. And it is incredibly traumatic to grow up being constantly told you're something you're not. So for a lot of people, being misgendered triggers that trauma. So if it looks like I'm mad, it's probably because I'm in a lot of pain. In the same way that when we stub our toe, we scream expletives because we're in pain. Also, us non-binary people were forced to educate ourselves on our own existence. So it can be frustrating when we see people who are not putting in the work and constantly making mistakes. And I know it is new. I know mistakes are bound to happen. And I have patience for people who are genuinely putting in the work. I know so many of you don't want to be hurting non-binary people, but the truth is when you misgender us, you are. And to expect us to hold your hand through it while we're being hurt, that's abusive behavior.
Abusive behavior. These are the people that say that, misgendering is violence. Tell me you've never been smacked without telling me you've never been smacked. Not saying you should be, although not saying you shouldn't be. Like the hysteria is just nuts. At some point, you reach a level of or you should reach a point in your adult life where you understand that nothing is worth getting this hysterical about. Like zooming in and I'm hysterical, especially you're saying you're non-binary, so that would probably entail, I don't know, it doesn't say in your thing that you're going by they, them, or Zer, or some kind of neo pronoun. The expectation for people to just use that, you're abusive. You're policing the language of others. You are expecting perfect strangers to abide by your way of speaking without knowing you. You're expecting people to look at you presenting entirely as male because, baby, the cherry red chapstick isn't exactly placing you in the non-binary category, right? With the 5 o'clock shadow and the short hair and the hat and the complete menswear, right? The little earring is not exactly placing you in a different category. You're giving male. And so people that see you are going to see that and call you male. The idea that non-binary is somehow a category of trans is wow. I was talking about this the other day. It's wow, trans people as a group have always been kind of infiltrated. We've always had to come up with new words to describe ourselves because everyone, all these people try to be us. It's we had to call ourselves, transsexuals, and then we had to change it to, the cross-dressers came in and we had to differentiate ourselves from them, and now they're back, and now non-binary people, everyone, all these people want in the T, but you could never be in the T. And in your heart, you never could. You never could. The cherry red chapstick isn't cutting it. It's just not. Hey, if you guys enjoyed that short clip from the podcast, make sure you guys subscribe to this channel as well as my main channel and watch the full episode, which will be somewhere on the screen.